How's it going, YouTube, and welcome back to some more Pokerogue. Today we are continuing our little run we are on with our Zapdos. It is the main Pokemon that's been carrying us through this current run. Without further ado, let's jump in and continue where we left off. So, with regards to the Pokemon as well, we have Zapdos, Pawmot, Primeape, Fungoose, Kricketune, and Wormadam. But I feel like we are going to probably swap out at least Fungoose and Wormadam in this run at some point. I do want to get a fairy type Pokemon, so Floette could be something that we go ahead and try and grab. We don't have anything that's like super effective, so I think we go with Drill Peck. Unfortunately, it does end up killing the Floette because our Zapdos is just an absolute beast right now. So I'm trying to obviously make sure that I could obviously change the Pokemon out to try and ensure we get something to catch, maybe. It all kind of depends on what comes out, if we want to actually go ahead and grab that Pokemon. Do we want Ingrain? Not really. I'm not really going to be using Fungoose, I don't think, so not really too fussed about the moves that's on that particular Pokemon. We're going to take a Citrus Berry, I think, here for Zapdos, just so we have some more berries to our name. So, Cincinnati and Floette are the two Pokemon here. I'm not going to swap anything out. I would like to try, if we can, and grab the Floette, but obviously it isn't guaranteed. We could obviously grab Cincinnati, but it's knocked itself out there, so we will not worry too much about that. The downside I have here is we have obviously got a Floette, so I think if we go with Brick Break, I have a feeling it might knock it out, but it hasn't. But we did go with Electro Ball, so that's fine. Either way, I thought we were going to knock out there. There wasn't really anything. I could have gone with Dig, I suppose. Obviously, gone underground and gone with that. We do have Stone Edge, 5 PP, 100 power, 80 accuracy. We could actually give this to our Primeape, which would be a good move for Primeape. I do want to keep hold of Primeape as well, just to hopefully get into like Annihilate, maybe. Right here, I think we go ahead and get rid of Cross Chop for Stone Edge, because Seismic Toss is going to be a better fighting type move, I feel like, especially with the higher levels that we get on opposing Pokemon. Double is our next Pokemon up, so we'll just go with a Brick Break, because obviously it is a normal type Pokemon, meaning we can knock it out fairly swiftly. Do we want to get Quick Guard? I don't actually know. It is a fighting type move. But I don't think I'm ever really going to use it. It's going to be good in like double battles for sure, but other than that, don't think it's going to be that useful to us. So we are just going to skip trying to learn that. Kricketune wants to learn Screech. Do we go ahead and get this? Screech harshly those opposing Pokemon's defense stat. I mean, we could take this, I suppose, for something like Struggle Bug, because we do have X's now as a bug type move. And obviously lowering defense would be quite handy, so I think we will take that for now. Not that we're going to be keeping hold of all of those Pokemon for the foreseeable future. I don't actually know how many Pokeballs we have currently, but I think we take X Special Attack here. Goose would be an interesting Pokemon to have for sure, but again, don't really know how much of it I'm going to be using in the run, especially with Zapdos. So we are just going to get rid of that Pokemon and continue onwards. I don't actually know what level Primeape evolves into Annihilate, if it just obviously evolves or not. We're going to take a Nugget here for sure, and we do have Ivy, so we'll see how we can get on with Ivy at floor 55 here. Obviously the Emboar does come out, so I think we're going to hit Drill Peck twice. Okay, thankfully our Zapdos with Drill Peck is quicker than the Electabuzz. As soon as Electabuzz comes out, I'm like, if that hits any type of electric type move against us, we are pretty much screwed. But thankfully it doesn't. Rage Fist is a ghost type move, which is actually quite nice to see. But then what do we get rid of for it? Also, we've just taken Stone Edge. We could take away Assurance. I'm going to take away Assurance and take Rage Fist here, because the Ghost type moves are going to be quite handy, I feel like, further down the line against other Ghost type Pokemon and also Psychic. So Primeape will be quite handy getting through those particular Pokemon. If we come up against them, we don't want to go ahead and obviously catch them. Next up, we do have a Swellow. We will go ahead and Brick Break here. And I think we'll just Brick Break twice. Obviously, the Swellow has gone ahead and got our Zapdos very, very low. which isn't ideal to see, but we do have other fighting type Pokemon, and we do have an Annihilape here. As I was saying earlier, I don't know what level it evolves into an Annihilape, but we have it regardless, so I'm really happy to see that Pokemon right now. Shadow Punch, ooh, that might be a nice one to take. Obviously, Rage Fist we just got. Attack never misses, power is 60 compared to the 50 on Rage Fist. The more times you've been hit by attacks, the greater the move's power. I think we take Shadow Punch over Rage Fist. I know Rage Fist could be quite nice, but as it's now, what, Ghost and Fighting? Foul Stinger, do we want Foul Stinger here? I mean, we could get rid of Slash for it, but I don't know. I don't know whether it's worth taking, because obviously it's like a finishing move, and with Bug type, it's going to be strong against Grass, Dark, and Dark, even and Psychic. I think we will take it over Slash, actually. I think we will, because it raises stats for us. Obviously, Citrus Berry is going to come in really clutch here. We have a Water type, which obviously is weak against Grass and Electric. We don't have any of those type moves even. We are just going to go ahead and hit a couple of Brick Breaks, hopefully. So, I think our Zapdos goes down if we keep it in here, right? So, we're going to go ahead and probably swap into the Fungoose just to have it as a Pokemon that's going to be able to tank the attack. And I think we are just going to go with a Giga Grain. Obviously, it's not going to be ideal against the Emboar, but it is what it is. We'll go with Astonish just because we could hit that particular move if needed. So I don't have anything that's super effective against the Emboar here, but I think I'm going to go into Annihilape. And I think... what do we want to do here? Obviously, it's weak against Rock, so Stone Edge for sure. Go with Stone Edge again. Lovely. Okay, so that's actually quite nice. I forgot we had that move on Annihilape for a split second, but it does allow us to get through the Emboar fairly easily, meaning I think we only have like one Pokemon left with like a sliver of health. I really want to take Thunderous Kick. Definitely want to take Thunderous Kick for sure. Take it over Brick Break maybe. Obviously, it goes through Light Screen and Reflect, which is quite nice. We could get rid of one of our flying type moves, I suppose. Like, we could get rid of Hurricane, because it doesn't always hit. But it is a very powerful type move if it does. Obviously, Drill Peck is still quite powerful, and it's 100% accuracy. I think we take it over Hurricane. Obviously, we can always use a Memory Mushroom if we need that move back. But regardless, we'll take it over the Hurricane for now. And I think we are just going to go for a Shadow Punch to knock out the final Pokemon for Ivy here. So we only lost one Pokemon in Fungoose, so pretty good Ivy fight right there. Obviously, we could have lost our Zapdos very easily too, but thankfully we didn't. So our Rare Egg, oh, hello. That is a nice Pokemon to see. The Ivies aren't great. Unfortunately, like, the speed is really, really slow. But if we can start getting some more of the Druddigons from eggs to add to the IVs, or even find them obviously during the course of our runs, that'd be nice. We get Fire Lash as the egg type move. So I think right here, I want to take the Super Potion for Zapdos. Just to try and make sure that we don't go ahead and use too much of our money up. Like, we've been really good with our money right now. I think we are going to go with a Fire Punch here from Annihilape. And I think we are going to see if we can catch this Pokemon. Let's try again. There we go, lovely. So we do have a Ryobi. The Ivies aren't too bad either. It is another Bug-type Pokemon. We are going to make room for it, and we are going to take the Fungoose out of our team, I feel like. I think that's just going to be the best option for us right now. Like, Fungoose, I don't think we're going to be using too much. Close Combat would be a lovely move to have here. Obviously, Seismic Toss is nice for higher level Pokemon. Fire Punch is going to be nice against anything that's Grass type. The Rock type moves would be good against Bug, Flying, Fire, and Ice. Excuse me. Shadow Punch, I think, is the only one really that I'm willing to get rid of, but the attack never misses. I think we might just get rid of Stone Edge. I think. Because if we... I'm just trying to think if we've got any other rock type moves, but I think the rock stuff is covered anyway with everything else that we might have. So yeah, we'll get rid of Stone Edge. The stuff that covers, like, the attacks that the rock type move covers is already covered with like other moves that we've got on other Pokemon and also Annihilape anyway. Taunt isn't actually implemented in the game, so we won't worry about trying to teach that to our Pokemon. Ooh. We've got to take the XP order here, surely. I think we definitely have to buy a Super Potion for Annihilate here, but we are definitely taking this XP all. Zip Striker, Electric type, obviously is weak against ground. I don't actually think we've got any ground type moves, we don't, but we'll go with a close combat. And we could actually potentially catch this Pokemon if it stays in the Pokeball for us. Okay, for whatever reason, the Zeb Striker does not want to stay in a normal Pokeball. We don't really have anything else that we can use, so I think we're just going to go ahead and knock this Pokemon out. Unfortunately, Annihilate has gone down, but we haven't got too many floors left now in order to get that healed up anyway. Entrainment for Pawmot. I don't actually know what that move does. No, we are good on that side of things. We will leave it as it is. I have just realised that we've got 2 bug type Pokemons and 1 like grass type, so I think if we find, because I'm pretty sure the Roamby is also part fairy, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll take the X actually here. So yeah, it is part fairy, so that'll be quite nice against the likes of fighting dark and dragon type Pokemon. So we are good there. We are going to go ahead and Brick Break the double here, and I think for the Roamby, we don't really have anything that's super effective, right? But I think if we go with Bite, we should be fine. Obviously, it's not the most ideal move in the world for the Roamby, but it is something that at least we can get Pawmot out of harm's way. Wormadon wants to learn Psychic, so I think actually we might keep this Pokemon just for the Psychic type moves, you know. Like Razor Leaf, Confusion Psybeam, and Quiver Dance. I think we get rid of Quiver Dance, to be fair. Obviously, Wormadon then is going to be like our Psychic type Pokemon, unless we find something else. We will Drill Peck into a Dig here, I think. Just because I wanted to make sure that Pawmot stayed alive. Because it is obviously weaker than our Zapdos in terms of like level. We will take the Super Potion and Knock the Cut onto Zapdos here, just to make it a little more, what am I trying to say, a little more, a little bit healthier. We're not going to switch out the Pokemon. I think we'll go with a Brick Break. I was about to say, and hope that we don't knock out. And then we can see, okay, the Oricoreo's not going to stay in the Pokeball, is it? I don't want to lose too many Pokemon here, so I think if we send out Roamby and try for a few more Pokeballs. Okay, this Oricoreo doesn't want to stay in the ball right now, which is a little bit frustrating. So it would have been a really nice Pokemon to pick up, but considering it's knocked out, like our main Pokemon in Zapdos, we're just going to go ahead and go, you know what, we'll get rid of you. There's no point in trying to catch you right now. I think we are definitely going to revive here on the Zapdos, just because it is our best Pokemon right now, and I think we'll Super Potion up as well. At least this way, I was about to say, when we get into the next gym leader, we should be in a good spot to fight off. I'll have to Dynamax my Pokemon if I want to win. Holy cow. Okay, we might have to come up against some Dynamax Pokemon here, which isn't going to be ideal, but it is what it is. Do I have... yeah, I do have Ice Punch. So Pawmot could be the main Pokemon here. Obviously, we do have our Zapdos to go into as well. Close combat, it will be absolutely huge, I think, to take right now. What do we take it over? Do we take it over Bite? I think we take it over Bite. Definitely take it over Bite. Close combat will be very, very nice to have. I know we've already got it on one other Pokemon, I think. Kricketune wants to learn Night Slash. Ooh, definitely take that over Screech. So we kind of swapped out one Dark type move on one Pokemon to put it on a different type, different Pokemon. So not too fussed there. Apple Turn is the next one out. We'll once again go with an Ice Punch. If Pawmot can go ahead and just sweep this gym, I'll be very, very happy. Obviously, we still have the likes of a Flying type Zapdos in case our Pawmot does go down for whatever reason. Wormadon wants to learn a Leaf Storm. 130 with a 90 accuracy, 95 accuracy with 55. Yeah, we'll definitely take over Razor Leaf. Obviously, Wormadon right now, I've got to remember, is like our main Psychic type Pokemon, I guess you could say. Again, Ice Punch from Pawmot. This gym battle right now is actually going very, very easily for us. don't want to speak too soon. Obviously, I was about to say, don't want to speak too soon, but we have been knocking everything out with like one-shot KOs. But our Pawmot, unfortunately, cannot go ahead and sweep the gym. But our Zapdos will finish the job off, meaning we get through floor 60, which is lovely to see. Also means that all of our Pokemon will be, what am I trying to say, will be fully healed up. Do we want Sticky Web? Probably not. Probably not. Just by looking at the move very, very quickly there, don't think we're going to be taking Sticky Web. And we do finish Milo, meaning we get some more egg vouchers, which is huge. Love to see some more eggs. And we get 2,200 worth of money right there too. So we are doing fairly well for ourselves, and we are now back on the plains. So unfortunately, without a map, we are unable to obviously select where we are going. But we do have 5 more pools that we could take here, and I think once again we're gonna go. Do I want to? I'm gonna go with shinies. I'm gonna go with shinies. As much as I'd love to try and get like another legendary Pokemon, I'm gonna go with shinies for sure. 1 rare out of the eggs so far. Lovely to see. Oh, we get another epic. That's huge. That's actually huge. If we can get like an epic, like a really nice shiny Pokemon, like a legendary shiny, I'll be insanely happy. Insanely happy. I've just realized I haven't been recording with my lights on here, but thankfully it's not too bad in terms of the lighting in the room right now. But it was sunny earlier, but I think the sun's gone behind clouds, which is why it's not as light in here as I originally thought it was going to be. So right here, I think we'll take the X attack. I think the Pokeballs themselves are going to be a little bit of an issue trying to use at the level of Pokemon that we are trying to catch. Obviously, as well as like potential, we're not going to use Bulklup, but the actual potential Pokemon we're looking to catch as well might need a little bit more than just a normal Pokeball to go ahead and grab. Bug Buzz, I don't actually know what that does. My brain's gone completely. So it's 100%, 100 actually, 90 power. I mean, we could take it over Foul Stinger. So I know like it raises attack if it knocks things out, but obviously Bug's strong against Grass, Dyke and Psychic. And right now we haven't really come up against any of those types of Pokemon just due to, well, we've come up against Grass obviously, but we haven't come up against many Dark or Psychic type Pokemon just because we've kind of been cycling through the same areas over and over. And I would like to try, if I could, I didn't want to choose Brick Break, I meant to press up there for Drill Peck, that is my bad. But I would like to get a map and like explore different areas that I haven't actually got to yet in this game. But right now we haven't got lucky enough to actually grab the map. So right now we'll just have to make do with where we are and what we are doing. Another Pokemon wants to learn Bug Buzz. We already got it on 1 Pokemon, and that particular Pokemon in Wormadam has got a lot of Psychic type moves already. So I think we just keep hold of the Psychic type moves. Discharge, do we want to take this? It's probably better than Electro Ball in some ways, so I will take it over Electro Ball, I think. Also, I just got to remember, if I do end up using it in a double battle, it's going to affect the other Pokemon we have. So, ground type is obviously good. Sorry, weak against Grass, Ice and Water. We don't actually have any Grass, Ice or Water moves here, so I think I'm just going to use the Thunderous Kick instead, meaning Sandslash does get KO'd fairly easily, and I think that is us through another Team Rocket member. But if I'm remembering correctly, we are going to be coming up against quite a few of the Team Rocket members on this particular level or floor or whatever you want to call it. Obviously it's not floor, the floor is like the actual level, but like the 60 to 70 I'm almost certain we are going to be going like Team Rocket Pokemon if my memory serves correctly. Right here, I think the best move is going to take the Rare Candy, but I don't really know. Maybe put it on Annihilate actually. Like Annihilate is lagging behind a little bit in terms of the leveling, so we'll go ahead and take it on Annihilate. Not going to switch out our Zapdos, but I'm going to switch out the Roamby for the Pawmot here. Obviously, I don't want to use Discharge because Discharge is not going to be ideal in terms of hitting our Zapdos. But I think we will go with a close combat onto the Bibarel. And then I am hoping that Zapdos also knocks out this Oinkology as well. We shall see how things go, of course. Yep, straight up knockout. That is a good little combination for a couple of normal type Pokemon. or at least normal, like main type normals. A couple of obviously fighting type Pokemon, but one's got flying and one's obviously got electric, which is awesome. I think we take the Leper Berry here onto Zapdos. I think that's our best bet right now. And as I said, once again, we are coming up against another Team Rocket. So, we don't have any ground types. Strong against, obviously, flying. I'm just trying to think, do I have any ground type moves on any other Pokemon? Because I don't really want Zapdos to go down if I can help it. I can't remember if Annihilate has any ground types, but we'll send them out regardless. Do we have ground types? We don't. That's fine. We'll just go in with a couple of close combats in that case. Obviously, I wasn't going to use our Zapdos against the Electrode there because that was going to be a very big recipe of disaster for us. I have just noticed that a lot of our Pokemon are like fighting type. So we're obviously weak against Fairy with the fighting type moves. Just trying to think. Obviously, Fairy is good against Fighting Dark and Dragon, so we might end up losing our Annihilate here. Oh, that Poison almost knocked it out. That is going to knock it out, unfortunately. Do we go back into Zapdos here? I think we go back into Zapdos here. And I'm going to go with the Drill Peck just to get rid of the Wheezing. Zapdos obviously putting in work. Do we want to put counter on our Zapdos here? A retaliation move that counters any physical attack inflicting double the damage taken. I mean, that's quite nice, but I think we're okay with the two fighting type moves we've got already, and I want to keep a flying and a rock on Zapdos, so we are going to leave counter for now. If we need it, obviously, if we find a memory mushroom, we can take it that way. Perish Song on the Cricketune. Do we want to take this? Ooh, okay. Any Pokemon that hears a song faints in 3 turns unless it switches out of battle. The downside is the trainers on this particular game are so good at like swapping Pokemon in and out that Perish Song is probably not going to be as good as it sounds like it could be. So we are going to just leave that move for now. Dazzling Gleam. Ooh, I think that's going to be better than Draining Kiss for sure. We have a Arbok, so obviously a poison type, so ground and psychic is what it is weak against. We could go into our psychic, like our main psychic mom, but no need with Zapdos. Zapdos is probably going to carry much like it has been already for us, and I'm pretty sure we have a Pokemon that's been picking up money for us. Yeah, Ronebee's been picking up money as a honey gatherer, so that's actually really nice to see. Do I have anything I need to revive? Oh, we do have an Annihilate that we could revive, actually, so I will take that. So, Pidgeot, you can be Brick Breaked, my friends. Goodbye. I am trying to think of other Pokemon that I might want to grab whilst I'm in this run. Because obviously I've got quite a few fighting types. I've got... Damn, okay. We get ourselves up to 10k for the first time, which is actually really nice to see. I'm going to take a berry again for Zapdos here. We're getting up to 10k, that's the highest that we've ever got on money amount, because we haven't really been spending too much. Once again, I think we have to sacrifice our Annihilate against this particular Pokemon. And we'll go with a Shadow Punch. Obviously, it's not going to actually go ahead and do anything for us, which is a little bit upsetting. Okay, so let's go with a Wormadam, actually. We'll hit a kind of... hit a Confusion, hopefully. Yeah, lovely. Hit another Confusion. Maybe go for a Psychic as the last move. Never mind. Wormadam goes down against the Crobat. I am expecting, if I go back into Zapdos, I'm really expecting a switch into the Electrode. So we'll go for a Pawmot. And we'll just go for... what are we trying to go for here? We'll go for a Ice Punch. Oh! It's like I predicted the swap in. I didn't, but it was like I predicted the swap in. I was just like, I'll go for an Ice Punch and try and get rid of it. Poison, obviously, ground and Psychic. We do have a Dig. Oh, they both go Dig. Are you serious, Muck? There we go. Got rid of the Muck, thankfully. Obviously, Dig into Dig was a little bit annoying. Once again, Pawmot. Go ahead and dig against the Electrode. Gets rid of that fairly easily and swiftly. I don't know why I didn't swap into the Pawmot earlier, to be fair. I forgot we had a ground type move on him. And then Crobat will Ice Punch. Cool, so that's another Team Rocket member done and dusted. Almost. Oh! Is that an Alolan Grimer? I think it's Alolan, right? Either way, it's dead. Two, not Grimer, sorry, Muck. But 2 Mucks in the team, both not very effective against our Pawmot's Dig. We are going to go ahead and once again revive our Annihilate for free. We don't necessarily have to swap out of our Pawmot here, because we can close combat into the Pidgeot, meaning that is a swift KO. Obviously, we do have another Team Rocket member coming up next. Do I want Stomping Tantrum? Driven by frustration, the user attacks a target. If the user's previous moves has failed, the power of the move doubles. Okay, that's not a bad move, you know. I'm gonna probably... I've got close combat on our Pawmot, so I don't necessarily need close combat on Annihilate as well, especially when we got Seismic Toss, so I'm gonna put Stomping Tantrum in. Because why not? Okay, so we do have a Memory Mushroom, but I don't think we actually need a Memory Mushroom. I don't think we want to lock rarities on a reroll either. Maybe, excuse me, maybe we do take the Nightshade here. I'm going to have a look. I think the best Pokemon to use a Super Potion would be our Pawmot here. And I think I'm actually going to take the Berry, but I was about to say I'm not going to put it on Zapdos, but I am going to put it on Zapdos. We're not going to change Pokemon, we can just close combat the Onklage, getting rid of that fairly swiftly. And next up should be another Team Rocket Grunt, if I'm not mistaken. Do we want to Super Potion anything here? Maybe the Annihilate, just to be on the safe side. Oh, Kadabra. Okay, so it's not another... not another Team Rocket member. I'll go with Kricketune here, because obviously we do have X-Scissor that we can go straight into the Kadabra and get that knocked out fairly swiftly. Oh, Rarer Candy would be lovely to take. Everything gaining a bunch of levels there, and we have a Mighty Enna here. We are going to swap this actually into a Zapdos, and we'll go for a Brick Break, getting through floor 70. Lovely stuff. So we are doing really well right now, especially with this Zapdos. The Zapdos is carrying us left, right, and centre, but we have first and foremost a Rhyhorn, which has a decent attack stat, but speed isn't great. Everything else is a bit mediocre. Have Ice Hammer as a egg move though. Next up, we do have a Scorpy. Or Skorupi, even. IVs kind of spread out across the board. They're not amazing, but they're not terrible either. And we have a Ceaseless Edge as the egg-type move. And the final common egg here is a Squovet, which we already have. We do have addition to Special Defense there and Body Press as a egg-type move. But that is... floor 70 done, so we are now up to floor 71 and we are back into the grassy fields here. But that is probably going to do it for today's episode, if I'm truthfully honest. So we will go ahead and save and quit here. And yeah, that is going to do it for this particular episode, guys, or video, whatever you want to call it. I haven't really been calling them episodes, just because of its personal preference, I suppose. I've just been calling them videos. But regardless, that is going to do it for this one. We are doing pretty well for ourselves right now. I can't remember the last long run that we had and what level we got to, but I just feel that this one, with the Pokemon that we have, especially with the Zapdos and Annihilate, we are going to be able to go a little bit further than we did in the previous run. Right now, my kind of goal is to get to floor 100. If I can get there, I'll be super happy. Obviously, we've still got 30 more floors to go, and I'm kind of tempted in the next video that we record and upload to just sit until we get to floor 100 or end up losing the run. So it might be a little bit of a longer video the next one. I want to try and get through the 30 floors in that episode if we possibly can, because at least then we'll hit floor 100, or we'll lose the run attempting to get to floor 100. But either way, that is kind of going to be the aim for the next video. But if you did enjoy this one, guys, please be sure to leave a like, rating, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, I'll leave links in the description down below, as always, to all of my social media, as well as the other channels I have here on YouTube. Hopefully, this week there should be some videos going up on both the Hobbies channel as well as the TCG channel. I have spent a little bit of time over this weekend, as I said, getting a few videos prepared for those channels as well. But regardless, guys, I appreciate you even tuning into this one, and I'll see you in the next.